The family of a mentally ill man shot by Norfolk police have a lot of questions about the night their loved one died.
Nearly 1 year later, they may get some answers into whether it was an unnecessary use of force or police doing their job. That's because prosecutors will call a special grand jury to review the case.
David Latham was shot by police back in June, a week after a Norfolk officer was killed. Police say Latham came after an officer with a knife on West 30th Street. His family claimed at the time he was mentally ill for years and the shooting was unnecessary. 10 on your side's Jason Marks has been following this story. He's in the newsroom with what happens next. Jason?
Well, Tom, this does not happen very often. The last time a special grand jury was called in for a Norfolk police shooting was 2008. Latham's attorney says he believes this case is a clear-cut excessive force.
We've been waiting for 8 or 9 months now for some decision to be made as to what they were going to do.
Since June, David Latham's family has been waiting to hear if a police officer was justified in his death. Police were called by his family to his 30th Street home in June. Family told us that he had a history of mental health problems and was off his medication. He had a knife. Latham was standing in front of his house when the officers arrived. Police say they felt threatened and one officer fired. Latham was shot 8 times, including twice in the chest and twice in the back. We spoke with his family right after it happened, who says the officer followed Latham back into the home and just kept shooting.
At the door, right at the door, 3 times, and while he's laying on the kitchen floor, he's still being shot. I mean, you wouldn't do a dog that way.
After a lengthy investigation by the Commonwealth's attorney, he decided to give the case to a special grand jury. The 7-member jury will determine if the officer should face any criminal charges.
At least the grand jury is going to have an opportunity to hear all the evidence and make a decision about whether or not the police officer in fact violated the law in the way this death occurred.
The grand jury will meet in a couple months. The officer who shot and killed Latham is still on administrative leave. In the newsroom, Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
All right, Jason, thank you. And you can see the full statement from the city as well as previous coverage of this story right now on our website, WAVY.com.